All right, get ready to dive deep today. We're tackling some pretty heavy stuff, about how much control we really have over our lives.
Yeah, you've been wrestling with some big questions lately. Lots of notes about personal agency and 100% responsibility for everything that happens to us. Pretty intense stuff.
It is. The text we're looking at today basically says we are the architects of our own reality. Every choice, reaction, even our thoughts, it all shapes what our life becomes.
I think what's really fascinating here is how much emphasis this puts on mindset. It's not just saying, oh, go out and do things differently. It's more like our underlying beliefs and attitudes are what really matters. Like there's this powerful link between what we think and how we actually experience life.
That reminds me of this one time I had to give a presentation, and I was totally convinced I was going to bomb.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was so focused on messing up, on everything that could go wrong. And you know
It
what?
all went wrong.
Totally.
Yeah.
I fumbled all my words, feel like a complete idiot. Looking back, it's so obvious. I basically created that whole disaster just by how I was thinking about it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where this whole architect metaphor comes in, right? It's saying, okay, imagine you have the blueprints to your life. What are those blueprints based on? What are your core values, the foundation you're building everything on?
I like that.
Right. And then what experiences do you want? It's like designing the rooms in your house, except it's your whole life. The text we're looking at argues that we're not stuck with some pre-made house. We're constantly designing and building it day after day.
Okay, the metaphor makes sense, but how does this work practically? Does this source give us any actual steps we can take?
Well, it really focuses on the power of thoughts. There was that quote you highlighted, remember? Something like, successful people take responsibility for their lives and their own happiness. They don't wait for someone else to change it for them. So what's interesting to you about that?
It's that action part, isn't it? Positive thinking is great, but you have to actually do something. But then it's also kind of overwhelming. How do you architect your whole life?
Yeah.
Where would you even start?
Oh, I totally get that feeling. But remember, the key here is mindset. It's about recognizing those beliefs that hold us back, those negative thoughts, and then actively choosing something better, something more empowering. And you know what? There's this whole area of research that actually supports this. It's called neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity.
Yeah. It's basically the brain's ability to rewire itself. So studies have shown that even things like mindfulness or positive self-talk can actually change the physical structure of our brains.
Wait, so you mean our brains aren't fixed?
Yeah.
We can actually rewire them to think differently and get different results.
That's exactly it. It doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
But it's about noticing when you're stuck in those negative thought loops and choosing to look at things differently.
Okay.
Think about it. Are there any parts of your life where you're just waiting for someone else to make a change? Maybe a job you don't like, or a relationship that isn't working, or even just a bad habit you can't break?
I mean, there are definitely things I'm kind of hoping will magically fix themselves.
And that's where this idea of taking 100% responsibility comes in. Not blaming yourself for everything, but giving yourself the power to make a change. So what if, instead of waiting, you started thinking about what you could do differently? Like, how can you shift your mindset to create something new, a new reality?
Yes, that's a big thought. Kind of scary, but exciting too.
It is. And that's the cool part. We have so much more power than we realize. This text isn't just a philosophy. It's like a challenge to do something.
So like we were saying before, we're not just passengers in our own lives. We're the architects. It's pretty wild when you really think about it.
It is. So as you think about all this, here's something to consider. What beliefs might be holding you back right now? What would happen if you redesigned those mental blueprints? What kind of life could you build?
Wow. That's something I'm definitely going to be thinking about. Thanks for this deep dive. It's given me a lot to chew on. Until next time.
See you then.